Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to stake Ethereum on your Windows PC. This way you can earn passive income without putting your money into someone else's wallet and let them take a cut. It also makes Ethereum more decentralized. Disclaimer: we are not responsible for any fund loss. Step 1. Get 32.01 Ether. The minimum for solo staking is 32 Ether. The additional 0.01 Ether is for transaction fees. If you don't plan to get that much Ether, you can still watch the first half of this video to learn how to run a node. Step 2. Hardware. 2 TB of SSD. 32 GB of RAM, 16 should be enough but 32 is recommended. A CPU with 4 or more cores. 100 megabits per second download speed. 20 megabits per second upload speed. Type internet speed in the search bar, and there will be plenty of website to test it. Step 3. Join the Ether Staker Discord. When dealing with big money like 32 Ether, we want to practice first, make sure everything goes smoothly. Testnets allow us to practice staking without risking real money. However, getting 32 Ether could be difficult, even on a testnet. The Ether Staker Discord has a system that allows user to practice staking with only 0.0001 testnet Ether. But you have to wait 2 days after you join the Discord. That's why I put this step at the beginning of this tutorial. Go to discord.com/invite/ETHstaker. Accept invite. If this is your first time using Discord, you will need to create an account. I already have an account, so I immediately entered the server's introduction channel. Click the green checkmark under the first message. It will bring up the server's rules. Agree and submit. A bot will send you a direct message. It will appear on the left sidebar. It is an instruction of how to turn off direct message from the Ether Staker server, because 99% of messages from a crypto server are trying to scam you. Find the Ether Staker server icon on the left sidebar. Right-click it, and click Privacy Settings. Turn off direct messages, and click Done. Go back to Ether Staker server, and click the green checkmark under the first message again. You will see a bunch of channels appear on the left panel. That means you have passed the verification. If it didn't work, click the green checkmark again to undo it, and click it again to retry. Now you can close the Discord. We will come back after 2 days. Step 4. Windows Power Settings. Right-click Start button, and click Settings. Click System, Power, Screen and Sleep. When plugged in, put my device to sleep after. Choose Never. I like to also set Turn off my screen after to Never. And Power Mode to Best Performance. But this is optional and shouldn't matter. Step 5. Create the Ethereum folder. Open File Explorer. Go to the 2 TB SSD drive, that is F drive on my computer. Create an Ethereum folder. Inside the Ethereum folder, create an execution folder and a consensus folder. Step 6. Download execution client. Go to ethernodes.org to see the list of execution clients. For maximum decentralization, you should choose the least used client. But in this video, I will use Nethermind. Go to nethermind.io. Scroll down to find Nethermind client. Click Learn More. Click Download Client. Click Windows AMD 64. Wait for the download. Open the downloaded file. Click Extract All. Click Browse. Choose the Ethereum folder we just created. And then choose Execution folder. Select folder. Add \nethermind to the destination. Extract. Step 7. Download Consensus Client. Go to clientdiversity.org to see the list of Consensus clients. For maximum decentralization, you should choose the least used client. But in this video, I will use Lighthouse. If you are wondering why is execution client diversity different in this page, there are different ways to measure client diversity. That's a topic for another day. Go to github.com/sigp/lighthouse. Find Releases on the right side, and click the link labeled Latest. Scroll down to the download table. There are two versions for Windows. One has portable in the file name, the other doesn't. The non-portable one has better performance but may not work with some CPUs. The portable one works with all CPUs but slower. Download the non-portable one. If it fails to run in the next step, switch to the portable one. Open the downloaded file. It is an archive folder. Copy the file in the folder. Go to Ethereum folder, Consensus folder. Create a new folder and name it Lighthouse. Paste the file we just copied into the Lighthouse folder. Step 8. Download the JC Lab Ethereum Staking Kit. You can find the link in description or pinned comment. Extract all files into the Ethereum folder. Now your Ethereum folder will have a text file named Guide, and a subfolder named BATS. Guide is just the text version of this tutorial you're watching. The BAT folder contains BAT files I created to run commands, so you don't have to type them in the command prompt. You can right-click a BAT file, show more options, edit, to see what command it runs. Running some random BAT file could be dangerous, but editing a BAT file has no risk. Click More Info, Run Anyway. You can check every BAT file before running it, to make sure it does not contain any malicious code. As you see, the BAT files use absolute path. You can put them anywhere in your computer, like desktop, they will still run. But if your Ethereum folder is not in the F drive, you will have to change the drive letter in each file. Luckily, you don't have to do it manually. Go back to the BATS folder. Double-click the BAT file named Change Drive. More info, run anyway. Enter the drive letter your Ethereum folder is in. For example, if it is in the D drive, enter D. Now, open any BAT file with text editor again. The path now starts with drive letter D. The staking kit currently supports mainnet and Holesky testnet. If in the future, there is a new testnet, you can use the BAT file named make testnet to add it. For example, you want to add Goerli testnet, which will be shut down soon by the way. Just enter Goerli. And boom, now you have BAT files to run Goerli testnet. Step 9. Run a testnet node. Go to Ethereum folder, BATS, Holesky. Double-click Nethermind Holesky. If Windows asks about network access, click Allow. After you see initialization completed, go back to the Holesky folder. Double-click Lighthouse Holesky node fast. Wait for a few minutes. Windows will ask about network access again. Click Allow. Now wait for both clients to sync. It could take a few minutes to a few hours. In Nethermind window, if you see a bunch of orange percentages, it has not synced yet. Now both clients are synced. Nethermind window looks like this. No more percentages, just block receiving and block processing. Lighthouse window looks like this. All green info. No more warnings and errors. Sometimes you will see a warning saying block arrived early in Lighthouse. When that happens, right-click the Windows clock at the bottom right corner. Adjust date and time. Make sure set time automatically is on, and click Sync Now. When you want to turn off a client, the safest way is to use Ctrl+C. Directly closing the window might cause some data loss. Click Ctrl+C in the Lighthouse window. When it asks Terminate Batch Job, enter Y. Now go to Nethermind window and click Ctrl+C. You can see a lot of background tasks are being stopped. When it's all done, enter Y to close the window. That's how you turn off a node smoothly. Step 10. Understand the risk. If you lose or leak your seed phrase, you will lose all of your funds. If you interact with a fake smart contract, which scammers will try to convince you is real, you will lose all of your funds. The first two are general risks associated with operating an Ethereum account on your own. The next two are specifically related to staking. When your validator is offline, you will receive a penalty roughly equals to the amount you would earn if you were online. The penalty is tiny. If your validator were online 355 days a year, you will receive 345 days of reward. It is only a risk if you forget to unstake, and let it drain for 6 months or so. Slashing is a severe punishment for actions that could lead to a successful attack. Ethereum's security assumption is, less than 1/3 of validators contradict themselves. Self-contradiction includes actions like casting 2 votes at the same time or proposing 2 blocks at the same time. Validator will receive a severe punishment for violating these rules. The punishment ranges from 1 Ether to 32 Ether depending on how many validators violated these rules together. The chance of getting slashed is practically zero if you store your validator key properly. You will learn it later. Step 11. Make a deposit account. Ethereum staking works like this. You send 32 Ether to the staking contract from one account. The contract will send staking reward and return the 32 Ether to another account. The first is called deposit account, the second is called withdraw account. Withdraw account need to be absolutely safe, because all Ether will eventually go there. On the other hand, deposit account will only temporarily hold 32 Ether. It can be more casual, like a MetaMask account. You can also use one absolutely safe account for both. In this video, I will use a MetaMask account as deposit account. If you already have a MetaMask account, you can skip this step. Get your seed phrase storing device ready. If you have no idea what that is, basically you will need to store a bunch of words, never lose it, never let anyone see it. An encrypted USB drive could do. You can also just write it down and hide it somewhere. Go to metamask.io. Click Download. It will bring you to your browser's extension page. Add MetaMask extension. It will bring up a MetaMask page. Agree the term of use, and click Create a new wallet. Agree or refuse to share non-sensitive data. Set a password for MetaMask. It works on this computer only. People cannot use this password to access your account from another computer. Click Secure My Wallet. Make sure no one is watching, and click Reveal Secret Recovery Phrase. Store the phrase in your seed phrase storing device. Click Next. MetaMask will ask you to enter part of your seed phrase to prove you've stored it properly. Go through all the welcome messages. You now have a MetaMask account. Step 12. Add Holesky testnet to MetaMask. Open MetaMask extension in your browser and log in. Click the top left Ethereum icon. Turn on Show Test Networks. If you see Holeski, just click it, and this step is done. When I filmed this video, the Holeski testnet was still very new, so I had to manually add it to MetaMask. Go to the Ether Staker Discord. Scroll down and find the Holeski channel. Open the pinned message. It contains parameters for the Holeski testnet. Open MetaMask extension. Top left Ethereum icon. Add network. Scroll down and click Add a network manually. Copy all the parameters from the pinned message. Click Save. Switch to Holeski. You can see the top left icon is no longer Ethereum icon, but Holeski icon. Step 13. Get testnet Ether. Go to holeskifaucet.io. Open MetaMask extension and log in. Make sure the network on top left is Holeski. Copy the wallet address into the website. Click Get Tokens. It will verify your machine to prevent spamming. Enter your Windows PIN and click OK. Click Attest and get my tokens. You should see a success message in a few seconds. Now wait for the Ether. Open MetaMask. Click the three dots on the top right. Click Expand View to get a better look. Now you have one Ether on Holeski testnet. Step 14. Apply for cheap testnet validator. This step can only be done after 2 days of you joining the Ether Staker Discord. If it hasn't been 2 days, simply wait. Go to the Ether Staker Discord. Scroll down and find Cheap Holeski Validator. Open the pinned message. It has instructions of how to apply for Cheap Validator. Type /cheap Holeski deposit. You need to sign a message using MetaMask to prove ownership of your wallet. Click signer.is. Trust and click Visit Site. Click Connect to Wallet. Click MetaMask. Log in to MetaMask. Click Next. Connect. You are on Holeski testnet, so it will ask you to switch to mainnet. Click Switch Network. Click Sign Message and get Shareable Link. A MetaMask window will pop up. Click Sign. Click Copy Link. Go back to Discord. Click Enter Signature. Paste the link you just copied, and click Submit. Wait for the verification. Now you can stake 2 validators on Holeski testnet. Each will only cost 0.0001 testnet Ether. Step 15. Generate validator key. Go to wagyu.gg. Download the Windows version. Move the downloaded file into the Ethereum folder. Create a validator_keys folder. Don't forget the S. Create a mainnet folder and a Holesky folder. Go back to Ethereum folder and double-click Wagyu key gen. The best practice is to disconnect internet while using Wagyu. However, we will need information from Discord for testnet staking. Also, it is testnet, so security doesn't matter. Remember to disconnect internet when you do mainnet. Get your seed phrase storing device ready. Click mainnet on top right. Choose Holesky. Click create new secret recovery phrase. Create. Store the phrase in your seed phrase storing device. Click next. I'm sure. Enter the secret recovery phrase, to prove you stored it properly. Number of new keys. 1. We will practice adding another later. Set a password. Be aware that it will be stored as plain text on your PC, so don't reuse your important passwords. For the withdrawal address, we will need to go to the Ether Staker Discord. Go to the cheap Holesky validator channel. Find any successful application message. Doesn't have to be yours. Find the line you must set your withdrawal address to. Copy the address in that line. Go back to Wagyu and paste the address. This is for testnet only. When you do mainnet, make sure to use your own account as withdrawal address, otherwise you will lose 32 Ether and all staking reward. Also, do not use Exchange Wallet as withdrawal address. Some exchanges make it super clear. But even if they didn't say, don't do it. You must have the seed phrase of the withdraw address. Click Next. Re-enter the password. Click Next. Browse. Choose Ethereum folder. Validator keys. Holesky. Click Create. Done. Now go to Ethereum folder, Validator keys, Holesky. You will see the validator key files you just created. Step 16. Prevent slash. Most slash were caused by mismanagement of validator keys. If multiple consensus clients connected to the same key files, your validator could get slashed. To prevent slash, never run two consensus clients in the same computer. Never put validator keys in multiple computers, unless you are 100% sure only one computer will ever run a consensus client. Never leak your validator keys. If you have to switch computers, delete the validator key on the first computer, delete all copies in the consensus clients folder, make sure the validator can't run. Wait for 15 minutes before starting the validator on the second computer. Finally, never use a test version of client software. If you follow these rules, the chance of getting slashed is practically zero. Step 17. Run a testnet validator. Go to the Ethereum folder. Bats. Holesky. Double-click Lighthouse Holesky import validator keys. Enter the password you set when you created the validator keys. After you see a success message, press any key to exit. Right-click Lighthouse Holesky Validator. Show more options. Edit. Find your fee recipient address. Change it to your own wallet address to receive transaction fees. It doesn't have to be the withdrawal address or deposit address. I will use the deposit address just for convenience. Graffiti is a short message you can add to blocks you produced. It has a maximum length of 32 characters. You can change it to your own message. But I will be very happy if I see JC Labs sent me here in the Block Explorer. Save the file. Now start the node like we previously do. Double-click Nethermind Holeski. Double-click Lighthouse Holeski node fast. But this time, also double-click Lighthouse Holeski Validator. Wait for the node to sync. When the node is synced, the validator window looks like this. No warnings or errors. Only have a bunch of info saying, awaiting activation. That is because you haven't made the deposit yet. Leave it like this and continue to the next step. Step 18. Verify deposit contract. Scammers will try to make you deposit into their fake contract. You need to make sure you know what the real contract address is. To do that, get the contract address from multiple sources, as many as possible. Find traits that only the real contract would have, like tons of 32 Ether deposit, large amount of Ether balance, etc. You don't have to do this on testnet, because even if you deposited into a fake contract, you would only lose 0.0001 testnet Ether. Skip this step and come back when you are doing the main net. Open Notepad. Go to ethereum.org/staking/deposit-contract. Click all three checkmarks and click Reveal Address. Click Copy Address. Paste it to the notepad, and label it ethereum.org. Go to the EtherStaker Discord. Official Links channel. Scroll up and find Ethereum deposit contract address. Copy it to the notepad and label it Discord. Go to etherscan.io. Search Beacon Deposit Contract. Copy the contract address to the notepad, and label it Etherscan. Go to the Ethereum folder. BATS. Mainnet. Double-click Lighthouse Mainnet node fast. Find Info, Deposit Contract. Copy the address to the notepad and label it Lighthouse. Now you have 4 sources of deposit contract address. You can keep collecting more, but I will stop here. Check whether all of them are the same. Case doesn't matter. If any of them is different, go to the EtherStaker Discord or Reddit. Ask why is it different, which one is real. If they are the same, go to the address on etherscan.io. Scroll down and see if it frequently get 32 Ether deposit. Scroll up and find Ether balance. Check whether the amount is extremely large, to a point that is impossible for a scammer to fabricate. Go to beaconcha.in. Search the address. Check if it has enormous amount of Ether balance, like we did on Etherscan. Scroll down and see if it frequently get 32 Ether deposit. If it passed all the tests, you can be 99.9999% sure this is the real deposit contract address. Step 19. Testnet deposit. Go to the EtherStaker Discord. Cheap Holeski Validator channel. Find the line. You can now perform 2 cheap deposits. And click the link. Click Become a Validator. It will show everything you should understand before becoming a validator. They are all very important. Please read all of them. Don't just click accept like I do. I already read them before. Choose the execution client you are using, which is Nethermind. Choose the consensus client, which is Lighthouse. Number of validators: 1. Withdrawal address. Go back to Discord. Find the line you must set your withdrawal address to. Copy the address. Operating system: Windows. How do you want to generate your keys? You already generated it, so just scroll to the bottom, click the checkbox and continue. Click the file upload box. Go to the Ethereum folder, Validator Keys, Holesky. Choose the deposit data file. Continue. Choose MetaMask and log in. Switch to Holesky testnet. Select the deposit account. Connect. The testnet launchpad currently has a UI bug. You need to make the window thinner to see the Continue button. Continue. Read and click all the checkboxes. They are all very important. Don't just click. Continue. Click Confirm Deposit. A MetaMask window will pop up. You can find the destination address for your deposit at the top. If you are performing mainnet deposit, make sure it matches the deposit contract address we verified in the previous step. For testnet deposit, just pretend we already verified it. Click Confirm. Wait until the status become transaction successful. Scroll down and click Continue. Now you have successfully made the deposit. Depending on how many people are in the queue, it will take a few hours to a few days to activate your validator. The validator window will keep showing awaiting activation during this time. Go back to the Launchpad website. Click Checklist. This page lists the things validators should do. Most of them we have already done. Some of them we will do soon. Some of them are optional, such as joining the execution and consensus clients Discord. The most important thing here is monitoring. You want to see the status of your validator, and how much Ether it has earned. Step 20. Validator monitoring. The Ethereum Launchpad recommends Prometheus and Grafana as monitoring tools. But Lighthouse actually has an in-house user interface called Siren. It requires almost zero configuration, and provides most of the information we need. Go to the Ethereum folder. Create a UI folder. Go to github.com/sigp/siren. Find releases on the right side. Click the link labeled Latest. Download the Windows version. Open the downloaded file. It may take a while, because it contains nearly 100,000 files. This is normal for a TypeScript project. Click Extract All. Choose the Ethereum folder, UI folder. Add \siren to the path. Extract. It will take a long time because of the massive amount of files. Double-click Siren. More info, run anyway. Go to the Ethereum folder. Consensus, Lighthouse, Holesky, Validators. Double-click API token. Copy it into the API token field in Siren. Enter the name of your computer and your own name, for display purpose. Turn on Save Data Auto Connect, so the next time you open Siren, you don't have to enter these fields again. Click Configure. Set a password. You will need to enter this password every time you open Siren, or perform critical operations like withdrawal. Authenticate. Continue. You now have a software to monitor your validator. You can switch to dark mode if you want. Some panels will stuck at loading if your validator has not been activated yet. After your validator has been activated, the dashboard will look like this. You can see how much Ether your validator has earned. My validator was offline for a few days, so I lost some Ether. In the Validator Management tab, you can monitor and manage each validator. In the Logs tab, you can view and search the logs. Now your validator is running and being monitored 24/7. You can leave it now. Just remember to check it once in a while. Step 21. Expected profit. According to beaconcha.in, the APY hovers around 3.6% to 4%, the average is around 3.8%. This isn't all that impressive, considering the US Treasury yield is around 4.4%. But first, governments and banks can go bankrupt. A protocol or a smart contract cannot go bankrupt. Nobody in the universe can access the staked Ether or run away with it. So staking is absolutely risk-free, except for the human error risks we mentioned previously. Of course, when measured in USD, there is a risk in Ether price fluctuation. But when measured in Ether, there is no risk other than human error. Second, USD has an average 2% inflation. Ethereum inflation topped at 0.7% in a hypothetical scenario where no transaction fee was burned. In reality, the fee burning rate is higher than the inflation, so Ethereum actually has a minus 0.2% deflation. Some people think deflation should be counted as profit, because inflation was counted as loss. Some think it should not be counted as profit, because the deflation will eventually stop, and market reflects the future. Both statements have their merits, so let's just count half of the deflation as profit, which is 0.1%. Combining all those factors, we get a total of 5.9% APY. That's not all. As a validator, you get to create blocks. Block creators can make extra money from MEV. MEV increases staking reward by about 25%, which makes the total APY 6.9%, almost unbeatable in the risk-free area. Step 22. MEV. Block creators can arrange transactions in a certain way that makes profit. This is called maximal extractable value, or MEV in short. For example, the buy price of Ether USDT is 2050 on DEX A. The sell price is 2051 on DEX B. You can make money by buying Ether at DEX A and selling it at DEX B. The problem is, you can't be sure that when your order is executed, the price will still be the same. Unless, you are the creator of the next block, which gives you the ability to freeze time. This is called arbitrage. It is just one of many types of MEV. There are algorithms and bots specialized in finding MEV. Validators can outsource block creation to them. Some of them will take a cut, but most of them give 100% of the MEV to validators. MEV Boost is a software that combines multiple MEV providers into a single block builder. It allows you to choose providers based on your preference. It makes MEV more decentralized and gives you a higher profit than using a single provider. Go to the Ethereum folder. Create an MEV folder. Go to github.com/flashbots/MEVBoost. Find releases on the right side. Click the link labeled latest. Download the Windows AMD 64 version. Open the downloaded file. Copy all files inside it. Go to Ethereum folder. MEV folder. Create an MEV boost folder. Paste the files into the MEV boost folder. Go back to the Ethereum folder. BATS. Holeski. Double-click MEV Boost Holeski. If the MEV Boost you downloaded is version 1.6, it will fail to run, because it still doesn't support Holeski testnet. In that case, you will need to use MEV Boost Holeski Legacy. It removes the Holeski flag which caused the problem. The Lighthouse BAT files I made are designed to automatically connect to MEV Boost. A few minutes after MEV Boost start running, your validator will start using it to create blocks. You might have noticed a warning like this appeared in your Lighthouse node periodically. That was Lighthouse trying to connect to MEV Boost, but since you were not running MEV Boost before, it gave you a warning and used the default block builder. Now that MEV Boost is running, you will not see that warning anymore. As previously mentioned, you can choose which MEV providers you want to use. Since there is no real money on the testnet, there are very few MEV providers on the testnet. So I will just show how to do it on the mainnet. Go to the Ethereum folder. BATS. Mainnet. Right-click MEV Boost Mainnet. Show more options. Edit. Turn off word wrap so that one URL is one line. Go to boost.flashbots.net. Scroll down and find Relay List. Click Ether Staker URL. You will see a list of MEV providers with details like, do they have censorship, and how they share profit. Scroll to the right, you will see their relay URLs. My BAT file already contains the entire list at November 2023, but if you find a new MEV provider, you can copy its URL, paste to the BAT file. Make sure all URLs except for the last one end with a comma and a caret. If there are any MEV providers with censorship or any reason you don't like, you can remove them from the list. After saving the file, the next time you run the MEV Boost BAT file, it will use the new provider list. Here is a quick recap of how to start and stop a validator. To start a validator, go to the Ethereum folder. BATS. Network you want to run, which is Holeski in this demo. Double-click MEV Boost. And then double-click Nethermind. Double-click Lighthouse node. Finally, double-click Lighthouse Validator. Totally, there will be 4 BAT files running. Wait a few minutes for the validator to connect to the node. After you see Connected to Beacon node in the validator window, you can open Siren. Go to Ethereum folder, UI, Siren. Double-click Siren, and enter your password. And that's it. That's how you start your validator. To stop a validator, first, close Siren. And then click Ctrl+C in every BAT file window. The order doesn't matter. Now your validator has been stopped. Note that this is not unstaking. Your Ether is still locked. If you don't restart your validator soon, you will start receiving offline penalty. Step 23. Add new validators. Go to the Ethereum folder. Validator keys. Rename Holeski folder to Holeski old. Create a new empty Holeski folder. Go back to Ethereum folder. Double-click Wagyu key gen. Click Use existing secret recovery phrase. Holeski. Generate existing or new validator keys. Enter the secret recovery phrase for the validator key. You should have it in your seed phrase storing device. Click Import. In this example, I will add one new validator. The total will become 2, but only one is new. So number of new keys, enter 1. We already have one validator. So amount of existing, 1. Set a password for the new key. I recommend using the same password for all validator keys, for easier import. Go to the EtherStaker Discord for the withdrawal address, same as the last time. Again, using the specified withdrawal address allows you to stake with 0.0001 Ether on the testnet. When staking on the main net, make sure to use your own address, or you will lose your funds. Click Next. Re-enter the password. Click Next. Click Browse. Choose Ethereum folder. Validator keys. Holeski. Create. Done. Click the Holeski staking launchpad in Discord. Make the deposit, just like we did with the first validator. Number of validators. Enter how many new validators you want to add, not the total. Withdrawal address. Enter the same address you used when you created the key. Upload the deposit data file. It is the newly generated file located in the Holeski folder, not the old one in the Holeski old folder. Choose MetaMask and log in. Don't forget the UI bug. Resize the browser window to see the Continue button. Read and check all checkboxes and continue. Click Confirm Deposit. If you are doing mainnet, check the contract address is real, like we previously did. Confirm. Wait for the transaction. Now you have finished deposit your new validator. Go to the validator keys folder. Holeski old. Copy all of the keystore files into the new Holeski folder. We currently only have one. Do not copy the deposit data file. Go back to the Ethereum folder. Bats. Holeski. Double-click Lighthouse Holeski import validator keys. Enter the password for the first validator. And then enter the password for the second validator, the one we just added. After you see a success message, press any key to exit. Start your validator. Wait a few minutes for the validator to connect to the node. Open Siren. You will still see only one validator, because the second one has not been activated yet. It will take a few hours to a few days, depending on how many people are in the queue, just like the first one. After the new validator is activated, you will see 2 validators in Siren. If the new validator is running without any problem, you can go to the validator keys folder and delete the Holeski old folder. Step 24. Unstake. You can unstake your validator in Siren with a simple click. Go to the Validator Management tab. Choose which validator you want to unstake. I'm going to unstake the first one. Click the rightmost button of the validator. Click Withdraw Validator. Read the warning, and click I understand and accept. Exit validator. Enter your Siren password. And that's it. Your validator is now waiting for exit. You can see the status become active exiting. It will take a few days. Do not turn off your validator before it completes, or you will receive offline penalty. After a few days, the status will become exited unslashed. That validator will no longer receive offline penalty. If you don't have another validator running, you can turn it off now. However, you still need to wait a few more days to receive the unstaked Ether. You can check the details by clicking the second right button. The button does not support Holesky testnet yet, so we need to directly go to that page. Go to holesky.beaconcha.in. Go to the Ethereum folder. Consensus. Lighthouse. Holesky. Validators. You will see folders named with the validator public keys. Copy the public key of the unstaked validator. If you don't know which one is it, you can check it in Siren. Paste it into the search bar in beaconcha.in. Find withdrawable on the right side. That is when the withdrawal will be scheduled. To be clear, that is not when you will receive the unstaked Ether. After the withdrawable time, the status will become withdrawal possible. Go to your validator details page on holesky.beaconcha.in. Click the Withdrawals tab. There will be a transaction. The transaction time is when you will receive the unstaked Ether. Step 25. Switch to mainnet. Now we've practiced pretty much everything on the testnet. It's time to stake on the mainnet. First, you need to prepare these 3 Ethereum accounts. Withdrawal address need to be absolutely safe. All reward and unstaked Ether will end up there, and you can't change it. Basically you need a hardware wallet or an air-gapped machine to generate the seed phrase, and store it offline, in a place where only you have access. Deposit address needs to hold 32 Ether until you send them to the staking contract. The MetaMask account we created previously should be safe enough. Use a hardware wallet if you don't want to take any chances. Fee recipient address only needs to be safe enough to hold the transaction fees you receive, usually under 1 Ether. They don't have to be different. For example, you can use the same address for withdrawal and fee recipient. If your deposit address qualified as absolutely safe because you use a hardware wallet, then you can use that address for all 3. Repeat step 9, but use BAT files in the mainnet folder. Put your withdrawal address in a notepad. Make sure it is the exact same address in your hardware wallet or air-gapped machine. If you are using a hardware wallet, you can send small amount of Ether to that address and send it out to prove ownership. If you don't have a hardware wallet, you can't send transactions without exposing seed phrase to a non-air-gapped machine, so just check the address very carefully. From now on, when you need to enter the withdrawal address, only copy it from this notepad. Repeat step 15, but disconnect your internet before running Wagyu. If you want your validator seed phrase to be absolutely safe, run Wagyu on an air-gapped machine. Choose mainnet in Wagyu. Use your real withdrawal address instead of the one on the Ether Staker Discord. Save the generated key files in the mainnet folder instead of the Holesky folder. Repeat step 17, but use the BAT files in the mainnet folder, and use your real fee recipient address. Repeat step 18. Send 32.01 Ether to your deposit account. Repeat step 19, but use launchpad.ethereum.org instead of the testnet launchpad. Use your real withdrawal address instead of the one on the Ether Staker Discord. Upload the deposit data file from the mainnet folder instead of the Holesky folder. Switch to mainnet when connecting to MetaMask. There should be a prompt if you were not on the mainnet. Examine the deposit contract address very carefully before confirming the deposit. Log out from Siren, and then log in with the API token in Ethereum, Consensus, Lighthouse, Mainnet, Validators folder. Repeat step 22, but use the BAT files in the mainnet folder. Check out the quick recap after step 22, but use the BAT files in the mainnet folder. After a few hours to a few days, your mainnet validator should be activated. And that's it, you are now staking on the mainnet. When you want to add new validators, repeat step 23 with the modifications in step 15 and step 19. When you want to unstake, repeat step 24, but use beaconcha.in for validator details instead of holeski.beaconcha.in. Step 26. Auto Restart. Windows will automatically install System Update and restart your computer. When that happens, we want Validator to restart itself as soon as possible. Open Task Scheduler. Click Create Task on the right side. Task name: Ether MEV Boost. Go to Triggers tab, click New. In the top menu, choose At Log On, and click OK. Go to Actions tab, click New. Click Browse. Choose the Ethereum folder, BATS, Mainnet, MEV Boost Mainnet. Click OK. Go to Conditions tab, remove all conditions. Go to Settings tab, uncheck all checkboxes and click OK. Repeat this for the remaining 3 BAT files. They are Nethermind Mainnet, Lighthouse Mainnet Node Fast, and Lighthouse Mainnet Validator. Now you have created tasks for all 4 BAT files that construct a validator. Next time when you start your computer, those BAT files will automatically start running. This is what it looks like after your computer restarts. Not only will it recover from computer restart, it can also recover from power outage with proper settings. Go to your computer BIOS by restarting your computer, and spam the delete button. Find Restore on AC Power Loss, or AC Back, Power Back, or something along those lines. You usually find it in Power Settings page. Set it to Power On or Always On, and save the BIOS. Now when there is a power outage, your computer will turn itself on when the power is back, and then it will automatically start the validator. With a smart plug, you can turn off and turn on the power remotely, so when the computer crashes when you are not around, you can still restart it. To monitor computer crash, you can go to beaconcha.in to see if your validator is offline, or use software like Chrome Remote Desktop or TeamViewer, but be aware of the security risks of those software. Step 27. Maintenance. Every few days, check if your validator is still running, and check if there are any errors or warnings. For example, my validator now has an unusual amount of warnings. I will go to the Logs tab. There is no warnings in the validator logs. So I will switch to Beacon Node Logs. Apparently, all of those warnings are about system clock. We mentioned how to fix this in step 9. Every few weeks, check if client software have new releases. The client software are Nethermind, Lighthouse, Siren, and MEV Boost. Step 28. Discard remaining Ether. After sending 32 Ether to the deposit contract and paying the transaction fees, you probably still have a little bit of Ether left. We don't want those tiny little dust to ruin our brand new validator balance. Luckily, this is the account we made in step 11. You can send all those dirty dust into this address, and I will handle it for you. Just kidding. But if you found this video helpful, any amount of donation is appreciated. The donation address is actually the address I made in this video. You can find it in description or pinned comment. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. If you are interested in crypto-related content and tutorials, please consider subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you.